Meteor giving him a little bit of a hand.
All right, well, our top lane matchup is a bit different to maybe what I had wanted with Bilibili going for a full tank, but we get the Shy's Aatrox. Like, let's be honest, some of the best clips of the Shy ever are him on the Aatrox. This is absolute comfort for him.
And some of the worst, I will say. Like, you know.
Well, we're going to head on to Summoner's Rift Actor, and we're going to find out for ourselves how that bot lane matchup is going to go. I'm certainly hoping BLG can show up here today, because as I mentioned, the standings so far, BLG are negative right now. They are 4 and 5. They are on a 2-loss streak. You can see there's a little bit of social distancing going on in the crowd as well. It feels like in American cinemas, you can buy like these super wide XL seats, which I think are basically designed for couples. I'm not really sure, but they're just huge. And like, it kind of looks like those cinemas to me, where you go in and you basically have almost a sofa to yourself if you buy one of these seats. That's what the audience looks like right now. But anyway, enough of my weird tangents. You can see that Meteor knows what's up in this jungle, because he's gone for the only correct Udyr skin. The Tiger onesie is out. This guy's feeling good.
Well, I mean, he's got a pretty decent matchup, right? I mean, we've seen how effective Udyr can be in playing into the Olaf, at least when it comes towards those early clears, getting these early scuttle crab. And with both junglers starting on that top side, a lot of this early game is going to be decided by Rookie in this mid lane, but also on this bot lane as well. And as we talked about, you know, Puff and Lucas at least having that level 1 advantage should be able to push in, unless Jue can get the flash headbutt to secure that bot lane cryo.
That'll be the big question, is can they find that level 1 engage for themselves and start the snowball in the bottom side? Because that little XP advantage that you can get for yourself, or, you know, timing advantage, I suppose, is a better way to describe it, can really set the pace of the game. It doesn't look like it's happening this time, as already the level 2 about to be hit by the side of IG. So you can see the respect coming out from BLG, and rightly so. They can't 2v2 while a level down, so they just have to back away from that.
Yeah, I mean, look, we kind of just pointed out that was going to be the fact. I'm curious to see how this mid lane matchup is going to go, though, because this is a pretty brave call from Zika. Basically, the way you need to play this matchup as the Echo is trying to make sure that you're able to catch this Azir every time he extends into the tether range of your E. You're trying to dash forward, jump onto him, get this big trade, and then use the speed up that you get to walk away. However, like, Rookie has been insanely good in the laning phase. You can see here, like, the second that Q's out, Rookie's walking up, he wants to trade because you can't combo as Zika. And if you are consistently using your Q here, Zeke, onto the wave, you're going to fall further and further behind. And especially as this wave starts to crash under the tower, Rookie is going to have a heap of pressure on towards this Echo.
Yeah, he's maybe looking to dive here, forces the flash out. This is why I love to watch Rookie, because he will punish you so damn hard in every single laning phase. And you know, Rookie has actually been having kind of a rough split. Like, when you think about Rookie, it's always about how he just wins every matchup, no matter what. This split has been a little bit different. He's had some hard times, but he's starting this lane off well.
The quicker recall from Zika, though, will net the double scuttle for Shun. Bot side, though.
Very good. 2v2. Aiming forced away. The Ignite is on, but he's survived at very least. Lucas takes half of his health, but very positive trade for IG. No summon is used by BLG, though, so ultimately, they do get away with it.
Just about getting away with it, although Amy will need to back, so we'll lose this bot lane CS. And also in this top side of the map, actually with the TP coming back in from Rookie, Meteor wasn't able to take that scuttle in time, so will go the way of Shun. So both junglers going relatively even when it comes towards scuttles, but certainly Udyr, with that quicker clear and not having to reset yet, is going to start powering ahead when it comes towards the CS.
Yeah, I mean, Meteor is already almost finished his second clear, while Shun is only just getting back onto the map towards his crux. So pretty significant advantage in the CS numbers right now for Meteor, but we'll see if he can transition that into anything. He's finally going to go for that first reset as Bilibili takes a fairly favorable trade up in the top side.
Yeah, we'll go all right for him here. though. Maybe not anymore, as the Shy's still looking, but won't be able to finish that off. I'm looking at this back towards this mid lane, though, because I'm seeing Zika once again recall. He's gone pretty much towards all the starting items you possibly can as a mid laner, with the Dorans, the Dark Seal, the Corrupting Pot, and yes, it will give him a little bit of an advantage in this lane, but Echo really spikes when he's able to get towards that rocket belt. And the more of these early game items that you're buying as Zika, the later that spike comes through, the less of an impact you can have. And unfortunately, without Meteor kind of having a bit of help towards Zika in this mid lane, and Zika losing out so heavily on those early trades, this Echo pick isn't quite working out in the manner that they would hope for.
But one of the things, obviously, with the Echo pick as well is going to be looking towards the later stages of the game as Jway. Oh, he needed to hit Q, but he didn't. He just pressed W and then he fumbled it. And so Pup walks away, doesn't even have to use a summoner. Meteor going to start this Drake off as Shun moves to the bottom side of the map. Does have a blast going to get in. But I think they are going to concede this one, although Shun's still moving in here. At least it will have vision of the situation. Shun, you're very alone right now, my friend. I don't know if you really want to try and go for this contest. We'll back away in the end. And Rookie just continues in this mid lane. Zika, that's the kind of trade you were talking about, Dag. That's what he's got to go for.
Yeah, that's where... Ooh, actually, Meteor onto Shun.
Flash from Meteor here. Forces the flash from Shun as well. That's just going to be flash for flash. Jungler for jungler. And we back away from the trade.
You can see those trades in the mid lane where Zeke is actually able to punish Rookie for not tethering correctly. That's when you can go for these very aggressive trades, and especially having 6 available now. But bot side.
Got a bit of damage on Stray. Once again, these trades going in favor of IG time and time again. But ultimately, they're not really getting summoners out from BLG. Now Shun gets to move in, though, and threaten a dive. This could be the opportunity for IG to accelerate this lead.
Meteor's here, though. He's just waiting on that blast cone in case IG tried to overextend, but looks like they won't be able to. And Amy and Jway will be able to pick up all the CS on the bottom side. And I gotta give a shout out to Meteor so far this game. Like, his ability to track Shun has been really, really good, but also finding that opportunity to pick up the dragon, because you've got a losing bot lane right now. You had the mid lane that shouldn't really have that timing to give you the advantage over towards that dragon, but Meteor found a really nice window of opportunity to pick up that objective for themselves, is stopping Shun from really having an impact. And as this game starts to go forward, if you're buying these little moments of time, as you said, getting Zika in towards these side lanes, allowing Bew time to scale and have be a bit more of a front line. Like, this is what BLG want right now.
Yeah, they're quite happy to play this one nice and slow. But the same can be said for IG. The one big thing for IG is that you've got this Kalista, right? Which, I mean, when you think about Kalista, you do not think about what she offers in the late game. You're thinking about her strength when it comes to fighting for things like the dragon. Those mid-game fights are really where Kalista comes into her own. So got to be looking towards IG for really setting the pace in the mid game.
Well, we can already see that from Lucas, right? I think Lucas has been one of the better supports, I think, when it comes towards these early map movements. Already you can see him getting out of lane, making sure he's facilitating IG potentially looking towards this Rift Herald. Now, has gone back towards this bot side, but he'll still be here to support Rookie and make sure they actually can contest on towards this top objective. Because if I'm BLG, right, and I'm looking towards, hey, I got a bunch of split pushers, or at least I've got one split pusher, let's say, in Zika, not a bunch. But at least this guy who wants to try and play off in the side lane, if I can start to crack open this mid lane turret, maybe start to move in towards these side lanes as well, I give a lane for Zika to shove in and actually start to move and use the advantages that this Echo has over these.
We're not going to see pushed back under the tower. Zika can just zip out, though. That's one of the nice things about this Echo, but he's taking a huge amount of damage. Rookie has flash, but obviously Flash on Azir, not usually an aggressive spell. In we go with the Ragnarok. Jway knocked up, does have the Unbreakable Will, but the render stacking up. Can he get the E through? It's not enough damage. Aiming, trading back now, stacking up that passage for himself. That passive, sorry, as Shun just throws an axe. And it will be dissuaded in the end. Heal burn as well. Is the flash and ignite from Jway. But IG aren't done just yet. The whole gang is here as Rookie roamed down as well. And they won't quite be able to finish off that plate. But just in case the BLG bot lane didn't respect it, they threatened the dive.
But with everyone, like Rookie included, moving down towards this bottom side, Zika's able to get back into lane. He's not losing out on as much as he could, and you're not getting plates for Rookie in this matchup where, honestly, this Azir should be able to punish, especially when you get such a favorable trade. So, overall, again, IG not kind of getting the big advantages that they want. Playing very heavily towards Puff in this game, but the Kalista is kind of doing fine on her own and doesn't really need more invested into her. I prefer to see Shun trying to see if he can play towards Rookie. Play towards this Rift Herald that's been sitting on the top side of the map for the last 2 minutes.
I would love to see them play towards Rookie. I always love to see IG play towards Rookie because, I mean, it's Rookie, right? I think Rookie is one of those players that everyone just loves to watch because there's always something magical when you're watching Rookie play. He's one of those players that just feels like any situation he can pull it out. And the crazy thing is, he's not really been performing so far this split. He's had a really rough split for himself, but it doesn't seem to matter. I think the fact that we've seen it before so many times just gives him the benefit of the doubt no matter what.
Yeah, I like the... There's a, as you said, a thing of beauty when you get to see like how Rookie performs on an Orianna or an Azir, but Dway, no, just barely making out of that.
Dway still surviving for now, but I think his ult is just been popped now, so it will be tanky. Lucas gets the shield at the last possible second, tries to get away with it, but in comes aiming to try and finish off some kills. Lucas walks away. Shun will be the first casualty of the fight instead. As Bubu gonna lock the Shy in place. Spin round goes the Beyblade, and onto the Herald. BLG go.
And this is exactly what I want to see from BLG. We said already how crucial this Rift Herald could be for cracking open these side lanes, or even this mid lane turn, and giving that side lane pressure towards Zika. Well, getting the fight on top of that just is even better.
Hey, Rookie taking a good trade from Zika once again. Zika has Chrono Break right now, so there is very real kill threat if Rookie's not careful in that matchup, but Meteor grabs himself that Herald. They will reset as aiming crashes in the top side here. And this is a good little gold swing in favor of BLG. 500 gold now in their favor if they can get a couple of these plates. With a Herald up here from Meteor as well. Looks like they're really trying to accelerate.
Yeah, and the good news for BLG fans as well is that while you're making that play towards the Rift Herald top, Puff had actually started to wander up towards the Rift Herald fight, so wasn't able to get the plates that he would have wanted before Bubu could TP in. Now, though, TP answered on the top side.
Yeah, Rookie's moving up. Jue still very low, doesn't have ulti, and he will be taken down by the Shy. The Herald comes in, and it does finish off the tower. I wasn't sure if that would be enough. Traded for a Drake on the bottom side of the map. And Puff is stuck here against a Sion. There's nothing he can really do to punish a Sion at this point in the game. Sion could just clear the wave. So this is really nice from BLG, playing the map much better than IG.
Yeah, this is like what I kind of expected from BLG. They've been pretty good, especially with Jue coming into the roster at like finding these cross-map plays. And you see here, Jue, he baits this play for so damn long, holding on to that ultimate, not popping it early, and then aiming coming over the wall. Aiming has been like the consistently strong carry for this team. Now, fortunately not able to pick up that kill on towards Lucas, but you can see there they're trying to make these plays happen, and it does net them that Rift Herald.
I mean, the thing is, IG are taking a 4v5 there. That's ultimately the conclusion of that. Puff is on the bottom side of the map. I don't know what you expected, IG. Like, those fights don't usually go well when your only early game carry is on the wrong side of the map. So maybe just not quite respectful enough from IG there. Gold lead still only 600 though for BLG. Despite the fact that they got that first tower, I'm surprised it's not more of a gold lead, to be honest.
Well, I mean, when we look towards the CS numbers, it kind of makes a little bit more sense, right? You've got a 30 CS lead in top, you got a 20 and 20 in a bot lane and mid lane as well. So it's just the priority or the strength of IG's lanes has been working really well for them. And I think this has kind of been the biggest worry I've had with Shun coming into the roster is that, like, in situations where you've got like pushing top, pushing mid, pushing bot, he hasn't been able to secure a lot of these early objectives.
Time for a dive on the bottom side. Puff flashes, but he's still stunned by the bear slap. Will get out with his life for now. Just about surviving as the stun comes in from Echo. Everybody knocked back, though. It's beautiful from Rookie and IG answering across the map. Lucas finally goes down, but it's a 2-for-1. IG come out ahead. Undertow about to be thrown. Doesn't get the slow. It means they should get away, but the Shy wants himself a kill in the top side as well. Q was on cooldown, so Bubu walks away.
And BB should be able to pick up this damage underneath the turrets. Has flash, as does the Shy.
Shy, gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Walks away with his life for now. And we'll just go for the reset.
Yeah, so we see, anyway, BLG way overextending in this bottom side of the map. Like, I genuinely think that the focus here for BLG shouldn't be on, like, kills. It should be just getting these turrets down. Like, buying space on the map. If you get both of these turrets down, like, think about it. You're going to BU pushing that top wave. You have this pushing from Echo on the bot side, and you can just fully collapse on towards mid, but over-committing for Puff and Lucas here. At this point, I think you just turn back. You're not going to get too much more. And with Rookie and Shun being on the bot side of the map, it's a great play from Rookie to turn this play around. Stop the bleed that had been happening from IG on the bottom side here. And it means that, again, more kills, more goals going towards Puff, towards Rookie as well, and accelerating these two characters.
It is pretty beautiful to see that IG are able to answer. The fact that Puff survived so long was so crucial in that one. And I want to quickly talk about Puff, since he was the guy that managed to survive in that play, and Rookie managed to turn it around in the end. But Puff, so far, since like rejoining IG, essentially, obviously he never left the team, but since being the main guy on the roster once again, he's had two very drastically different performances, right? Because on the series we saw against EDG, Puff was like, oh my god, this guy's the best AD carry in the league. Who is this new version of Puff? And then against Suning, we had an absentee captain. It felt like Puff was barely playing at all. So right now, this series to me is going to be kind of a telltale for who Puff is and what he represents this season.
Yeah, well, I mean, he has at least been set up to a certain extent, actually, mid lane. Rookie just about able to get away from that, but certainly he's been doing relatively well. It's these team fights that were going to be kind of hard for him to operate in, especially when you got like the Alistair, an Udyr that's gunning for you, even BLG having the ability to buy a lot of space for his team in these scraps. So Puff will definitely have his work cut out in trying to take down the likes of these super tanks on BLG's side.
Drake's coming up in 20 seconds, Dagda, and you can tell because the teams are posturing for a fight. In goes Lucas with the Magnet Storm, pulls everyone in. Rookie's there with the damage as well. Look at this, shredding through BLG. Zika forced to flash over the wall. Lucas just about surviving with his own life as well. Aiming is alone, though. Knocked away from the team and taken down by Puff. In the end, IG find themselves an advantageous fight, and they'll get themselves a second Drake.
And it's a mess for BLG. The way BLG want to try and play these fights is having BLG in the front line, but the entire time that fight is going on, the Shy is chasing BLG down that top side. So BLG is not able to TP in, IG are able to separate BLG, and they're finding the fights and dragons for themselves as well. Great job from IG to punish the fact that the 4-man unit of BLG is nothing without that front line.
Oh, the Shy is obviously diving a tier 2, as you'd expect, at 18 minutes into the game. He will walk away in the end. Puff finishes off the tier 1 in the bottom side. It's only the mid lane tier 1 remaining now on the side of BLG. Let's take another look at the action, though, because this was all Lucas setting it up beautifully.
And there's just no position here for Samira. Like, you're already that 3-man unit stunned up, and Samira's only now joining in the fight where everyone's sub 20 HP. So a great opportunity from IG to spot that out, and unfortunately it's actually Amy who ends up paying the price of the mistake of the rest of BLG. Now IG, though, are objectives all the way. Dragon secured on the bottom side, Rift Herald taking on this top side, and Zika, he's trying to operate in these side lanes, but they don't belong to him.
Yeah, that ain't your side lane anymore, Mr. Zika. Will Chrono break back away from IG? And actually could maybe get away with this one, because IG would much rather commit to the tier 2. They've got a Herald to work with as well. Shun going to be there, just hammering away. And Zika, he's just fleeing across the map, buying as much time as possible, because BLG are pushing a tier 1 in the mid lane. Now Zika trying to link up with his team, but the rest of IG are here hunting. Zika, you don't get away with those kind of shenanigans against IG. Puff trying to get some damage down, but Zika jumps to the mid wave and gets over to his team. I can't believe no one was able to head him off.
The inhibitor turret is under pressure, though, from Shun, so as long as they keep them busy, IG are winning anyway. So Shun is actually going to take this inhibitor turret in topside.
BLG had TP this entire time. BLG, my friend, this is not worth an inhib tower. The tier 1 is not an equal trade. He's going to TP into the mid lane instead, and he's going to charge straight over towards Puff, who's forced to flash away. BBU can't close the gap, and that means the engage from BLG is snuffed.
And it's IG playing this map so much better than BLG right now. They're consistently having the Shy, pushing these side lanes, creating pressure against BBU, and then finding either picks, like we saw just before the Dragon, or they're using these Rift Heralds where BLG have overcommitted towards that mid-tier 1. So right now IG have got a nice gold lead for themselves, but the pressure that they've created for that top side of the map, especially when you're looking towards further Dragons coming up, is going to pay dividends for IG.
So I want to quickly reset the conversation a little bit here, because IG started to run away with things a bit, and we've got a Drake coming up in 2 minutes. So I'm going to ask you to talk about that in a second. But I just want to point something out, Dagda, that when we think about Rookie right now, he's actually had a not great split, right? That's a fairly fair statement to make. But when you look at him statistically, he's still one of the best mid laners in the league. Like, every single game, he's still ahead in CS at 15 minutes, 81% of the time. Like, he has a 7.5 CS advantage on average. He has a 256 gold advantage on average at 15 minutes. And even in XP, he's ahead at 15 minutes on average. Like, this guy's bad split is still better than 80% of mid laners in the LPL. Rookie is actually just unbelievable.
Well, it's because we consider Rookie one of the greatest of all times, right? It's not like he's just the regular Joe So we're talking about. It's the guy that we expect to be the best mid laner in the LPL, and when he's not performing to that level, question marks do start to go up. However, he's definitely found himself a nice time in this game, maybe not this fight,
he's
though.
found himself 2v1, will dash away. Empress Divide comes out to keep him safe. Meteor trying to get to the rest of the team. The Shy buying a ton of space with this Aatrox. Everyone's jumping onto him, but that's his comfort zone. Sterix comes in, and he's completely indestructible. And now the knockups onto the enemy team. Look at aiming, spinning around, trying to get the damage out, but he's taken out by Puff, who jumps through the backline. Kalista going crazy, stacking up that rend and stacking up the damage. Shy goes into the fight, but Puff's taken down. Zika trying to answer, but cut down by Rookie. And BLG lose 4.
And just like that, IG find their team fight. Doesn't matter if there's an objective, they're going to take the fight anyway as the Shy chases down on towards Meteor. Meteor can't get out. Okay,
yeah, he
will.
can. He's Zooted. He runs. He's
I wasn't sure if he'd be
done.
knocked back into more, but either way, IG, they find the fight. They're now taking this mid turret. They've already got that top lane inhibitor turret down. Like, this is such a big lead for IG in this series. And now we've got Dragon just going to be coming up in 20 seconds. Maybe BLG can get onto the map and take it before IG get in position. But when BLG, in this replay, were the ones taking this fight, Rookie's able to bounce back. And from that point forward, look how separated they are. Again, like, Zika not really in this fight. And with the amount of damage the Shy churns out and the healing from that core drinker, he's just unkillable without the damage profile coming through from both Zika and also this Samira.
Well, we've got Drake coming up. In fact, it's up on the bottom left of your screen. You can see IG positioning already. They are 4,000 gold ahead at this point as Lucas spots Dway on that ward. The Shy is just going to start a fight, as the Shy often does. Shun steps up as well. They're just going to bully BLG away from the pit, because guess what? They've got a Kalista. They don't even need Smite. They can just rend the Drake. So Shun can play to zone out BLG, but IG still tentative to actually start the Drake off.
The thing is, you need both Zika and aiming in position to try and kill the Shy. If it's only one of them, like, the damage from the rest of the team is just negligible and the Shy will heal through it. So certainly BLG need to find a way to CC, lock down the Shy and burst him out.
Shy moves in onto BBU, pulls him back, gets a couple more hits in. And the lifesteal just means he can take these hits and keep on healing up. You can see Zika trying to find a flank on the backline. In they go, the double engage, but Rookie pushes them back in. Aiming, spinning around, but taken down in the end. Dway falls, and it's a double coming through for Puff. BBU's in zombie mode and taken down. Drake will go the way of IG. It was a great attempt from BLG, but Rookie with full denial.
And it was just BLG trying to get the big engage. TP now on the top side from Rookie. This is just for Baron, though. They're not really looking to actually kill Zika. All they're trying to do is force him back, as IG are looking to take a pretty handy game one with some amazing team fighting from this squad.
Yeah, some amazing team fighting. Also, great map play in the early stages of this game. And, you know, we came into this one looking at the standings saying, hey, in terms of the standings, these two teams are very even in terms of win rate, etc., etc. But IG is IG, and even though they just lost to Suning, you kind of expect it to be a heavy favorite coming into this one. They're proving it in these finals.
Yeah, and here, I actually think Zika should have just jumped on towards Paul. I think if Echo had tried to burst out this Kalista rather than going for the big stun, maybe this fight could have gone slightly differently. But again, rookie hero plays on this Azir. That Emperor's Divide shut down any sort of fight that BLG were hoping to take. And you're just bopping him straight back into the Shy, he's 3 items strong right now. I know he picked up some more through that, but this Aatrox is massive in this top lane. And if you're just going to sit in front of him all day and not actually burst him down, he's going to be happy to heal through everything and just kill you as he goes.
Zika's found Shun and did about a third of his health with an entire combo. That's not a good look when Zika's the strongest player on your team by a country mile. Not being able to really hurt the enemy isn't great. And now Zika's the one that's been found out because the Shy pops World Ender. It's just 1v4 here for the Shy while the rest of the team collapses onto Bubu. How long can the Shy survive? The answer is quite a long time because Sterix has come in and he's still going. The knockups are there and they find the kill onto the enemy AD carry. Actually, Amy surviving a second there, but finally goes down. Dre will fall as well. Meteor next for the chopping block. And well, BLG, my friends, you have just been baited and outsmarted.
There's just not enough damage on BLG to kill the Shy. Like, Zika's trying, he's gonna pop out of the fight, and then Amy's like, alright, tag me in, bro, I'm going. It's like, I don't want this fight anymore. It's like, what do you do against the Shy? So, unfortunately for them, IG are now in their base and looking for the edge.
Yeah, it's not gonna work out for BLG on this one as Zika dashes back out to safety with the Chrono Break. The Nexus towers are falling. The Shy seemingly always in World Ender. As the towers fall, Dway flashes out to safety, but taken down anyway. Zika trying to flee for his life. Same for aiming as he gets towards the fountain. Rookie's ult went a little wonky on that one. Didn't seem to push anyone, but it doesn't matter. They still get the kills. Nobody dies here. IG with a confident 27.5-minute win over BLG.
Well, IG are back. I mean, after the last series against Sunny, it was kind of